3, right? So again, question with this item here, or question on how to solve this item. I have one more. So same thing go, right? Let's take a look at E, right? So look at this thing here. Do you agree that your square item, whatever the square item is, not isolated, right? So again, similar to your radical in chapter 7, right? Your square item here have to be isolated, right? Last time I wrote x squared, but again, any square item is have to be isolated. And if they are isolated, or how can I make it isolated? Again, negative 121, I have to add 121 to the other side, which give me, again, this is what I need to do, is I need to take a square root on both sides. And again, yes, I forgot the plus or minus, right? Don't forget your plus or minus. And again, I have 2x plus 5 equal to plus or minus 11, because square root of 121 is 11. And then I have 2x plus 5 equal to 11, 2x plus 5 equal to negative 11. That's what the plus and minus represent. One of them is positive, one of them is negative. I need to subtract 5 to both sides. And if I subtract 5 on both sides, this is what I have, which is, again, 2x equal to 6 and 2x equal to negative 16, which give me x equal to 3 and x equal to negative 8. Question with this thing here, question with this problem here. So again, the property just tell you, again, the property just tell you that every time you take a square root on both sides, there will be one positive and one negative answer. Okay? Not answer, sorry, number. Okay? Because sometimes both your answer, like D, both your answer is positive. Okay? So again, let's take a look at 11.2. This is the last item I have. This is the last section we have. We will do more on this on Thursday, but I just want to show you so that you can well prepare. And on Thursday, hopefully the second time around, you can see it. You can see this a little bit better. So give me another 5 minutes. I know I run a little bit short on time, but give me another 5 minutes to cover this thing here. So this is your quadratic equation, right? Your quadratic equation, if you remember, is ax squared plus bx plus c, right? This is your quadratic equation in chapter 6, right? So look at this thing here. Now we say that now we have if you have a quadratic, we don't have to always factor them out. Now we have a quadratic formula so that we can solve for x, right? Our goal is we need to solve for x, and now there's a quadratic formula that we can solve for x, which is to do this thing here. This is your quadratic formula, ladies and gentlemen, which is negative b times plus or minus, right? Plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that divided by 2a, right? So again, looking at this thing here, hopefully you guys see that the formula is just help you out, and all you need to do is plug them in, right? Just plug them in. But let's take a look at this problem here, which is, again, this is what I say. To solve the quadratic equation, you need to plug in the quadratic formula and simplify and solve the solution for x. But before we do that, let's take a look at this thing here. Let's say if I have this item, x squared minus 2x minus 15 equal to 0, right? If you have this problem back then in chapter 6, you say, well, first of all, we have a square and we have equal to 0, life is good, right? And to do this thing here, we need to, yes, factor them out, right? We need to factor them out, which is 5 times 3 is 15, 5 minus 3 is 2, which is, again, x minus 5 equal to 0, x plus 3 equal to 0, which gives you x equal to 3, negative 3, x equal to 5. This is what we did before, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we did, and I told you guys that before we can only solve it by factoring. So now we have something which is a quadratic formula. How do we solve this problem using the quadratic formula? So everybody see that, looking at this thing here, my A item is 1, right? My A item is right here. Whatever in front of my x squared, that's my A. My B item is here. Whatever in front of the X is my B item, and my C item is my constant, right? So this is what we have, which is that A is equal to 1, B is equal to -2, and C is equal to -15. So now, if you were to plug into your equation, which is your equation is this, which is your equation is B, wherever your B is, you plug in your B, right? My B is here. This is what I plug in. Wherever I see the B, I plug in the -2, right? Wherever I see my A, I plug in 1, which is, everybody see my A is 1, I plug in 1. And wherever I see my C, I plug in -15. Right? So again, that's where my B is -2, right? And my A is 1, and my 15 is my C item. So all I did was I plug it into this equation I have over here, which is again, -b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Which is, once I have this thing here, everybody see that a negative and negative, that's becoming positive. Square root of 2, or 2 times 2 is 4. Negative times a negative is a positive, which is all over 2, right? Again, let me erase all of this red item here, which is, again, this is negative and negative, that's why I have 2. -2 times -2, that's why I have 4. And a -4 times -15, I have 60. And 2 times 1 is 2, right? And again, this is why I have is 2 plus or minus 64, which is what is a square root of 64, ladies and gentlemen. Square root of 64 is equal to 8, which is, everybody see that this is why I have, which is 2 plus or minus 8 divided by 2. Which is, again, what does that mean? That means this, which is 2 plus 8 equal to divided by 2, and 2 minus 8 divided by 2. Which is, everybody see that 2 plus 8 is 10, 10 divided by 2, that's 5. Everybody see that my answer on this side, right? This is my answer. I have 5, and that's where my x equal to 5. 2 minus 8 is equal to -6. -6 divided by 2 will give me -3. Which is, again, my -3 is also over here. So everybody see that right here, this is what I have, which is, again, the two methods are different methods, but they give you the same answer, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so again, this is what we do. This is the last item we have in chapter 11.2, or this is the last section we have in Math 097. Hurrah! We kind of finished the material. But on Thursday, I know